It is Saturday, December 18th, 2021. And I was just sitting outside on the couch with my son, my youngest son, quietly. He's in his own world and thoughts, and I'm in my own world and thoughts. And, and I'm just kind of doing a reflection back, because he is what I would call the spitting image of what I looked like at the exact same age. I had put up a photo of myself with what Linda calls Farrah Fawcett haircut, and my son has a nicer hairstyle, but it's pretty similar, which is why I always hated it. I always said I look like a boy, but anyway. And I'm thinking, because my son's constantly saying at nighttime that he's scared. And he's like, I just want you to hold me, Mom. And I'm like, all right. But, like, it becomes awkward because you're like, well, now do you want me to hold you like a life vest? Or do you want just, like, a hand to hold? Like, how much holding? How scared are you really? And again, like, these questions I only ask because I know when Alexander was born, he was a different baby than the other two. He was like a melt into you kind of a baby. Like, you just never wanted to put him, well, I never wanted to put him down. I didn't want other people to hold him, and I didn't want to let go of him. And he just put his head on my chest, and I would just wrap myself like a life vest around him. And he was just, I mean, it was heaven in hell for just a moment. But I remember when I was Nucci's age, in this exact same fallout shelter housing unit, but with different cast and characters, because my grandfather was alive then. And so I wasn't scared when we lived here, because my grandfather was here. But when we moved away from my grandfather and we moved into the house, I was always frightened. It was just me, Linda, and Lou, and I was this most scared individual, just always wanting that, like, for me, it was, Lou was not my safety net, but I knew I was missing a piece to get married, and I was so looking forward to that male, taller, wraps himself around you, and it feels like a life vest, and you feel safe for like 5 minutes, right? That's what I was looking forward to in marriage. Never happened. Those individuals that make you feel that way don't even exist in this version of New York. Not in my life frame. There have been walk-on appearances of people that exist like that somewhere in the world, but they have not stayed as steady features in my life. When they arrive, even briefly for the day or for a few hours, I know who they are, but then they just disappear. So, that's an important feature, because I'm not quite sure why there's so much instability in what I have access to. Like, I really just feel like I've been cut off from the world, and I don't even know why. And then there's this word that keeps my antenna, my human antenna, keeps receiving, which I don't know where it comes from, because it's not on the state-run media or the television. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it from Linda and Lou. But there's something called luxury tax, which I've never heard before, other than this what signal that I'm somehow receiving. And so I'm trying to think of what a luxury tax could be, or how it could be imposed as an imposition. And then, of course, my mind runs wild on how it could be designed, or how one could be somehow whatever, which I'm not going to go into. But then it leads me into the really scary, almost like just like this at the moment. If this is New York City and all of its people and possibility, I don't understand why at this level it's been so difficult to find other family members that look like their heraldry is from the front of the communication. I mean, let's be honest, the coin version is monetary, but it's also communications. I don't know why I can't find other family members that that are able to either group together, or that are able, I mean, some kind of assembly. I mean, I see all of these other non-family members grouping together, and secret organizations, and then like public organizations, like these sports leagues. How are they able to organize so criminally and secretly push power all over the place, and nobody breaks those down? It's been a little confusing from this end, with no life vest, no tall, handsome, reliable, and gives a really great hug if you need one, in the same genetic closet that you belong in. Star 1978, star 8378, Nicole Cattaruzza. It is Earth, solar system, Milky Way, universe, galaxy is broken. And it's Bayside Station, Bayside, New York, 11361.